Bonsoir à tous, bienvenue à l'épisode d'aujourd'hui où je vais parler de mon livre préféré. C'est une autobiographie qui s'appelle Genius et l'écrivain est James Gleick. Il s'agit d'un célèbre scientifique du XXe siècle, Richard Feynman. Il était une personne très importante, surtout dans l'avancement de la science. Richard est né en 1918 à New York. Et il aime les mathématiques et la science à un âge très jeune.
It's interesting that some people find science so easy and others find it kind of dull and difficult, especially kids. In the case of science, I think that one of the things that make it very difficult is it takes a lot of imagination. It's very hard to imagine all the crazy things that things really are like.
Il savait qu'il voulait être scientifique dans l'avenir. Richard a eu beaucoup de défis dans sa vie, comme peu d'amis, car il était populaire avec ses professeurs. Dans son école et ses jours de l'université, beaucoup d'étudiants étaient jaloux de lui. Malgré cela, il a travaillé très dur pour réaliser ses ambitions.
My cousin at that time, who was 3 years older, was in high school and was having considerable difficulty with his algebra and had a tutor come. And I was allowed to sit in the corner while the tutor would try to teach my cousin algebra. And so problems like 2x plus, I said to my cousin that, I said, what are you trying to do? You know, I hear him talk about x. He said, well, you know, 2x plus 7 is equal to 15, he said, and you're trying to find out what x is. I said, you mean 4? He says, yeah, but you did it with arithmetic. You have to do it by algebra. And that's why my cousin was never able to do algebra, because he didn't understand how he was supposed to do it. Basically, by not going to school, by knowing the whole idea was to find out what x was, and it didn't make any difference how you did it. There's no such a thing as you don't do it by arithmetic, you do it by algebra. That was a false thing that they had invented in school so that the children who have to study algebra can all pass it. They had invented a set of rules which, if you followed them without thinking, could produce the answer. Subtract 7 from both sides. If you have a multiplier, divide both sides by the multiplier, and so on. A series of steps by which you could get the answer if you didn't understand what you were trying to do.
Il est célèbre pour aider à construire la bombe atomique pendant la Seconde Guerre mondiale. Richard a contribué aussi à la formation de quantum mechanics qui a fait progresser la science. Cette autobiographie est intéressante et spéciale pour moi. C'est parce que, à l'avenir, je veux devenir scientifique et je veux travailler très dur comme Richard Feynman. Il est mon modèle. À mon avis, le livre est fantastique. Et si vous aimez science, il faut lire le livre.
Saying that you don't understand it, meaning I don't believe it, it's too crazy, it's the kind of thing I'm not going to accept it. Well, this kind, I hope you'll come along with me. You'll have to accept it. Because it's the way nature works. If you want to know the way nature works, we looked at it carefully. Look at it, that's the way it looks. You don't like it? Go somewhere else, to another universe where the rules are simpler, philosophically more pleasing, more psychologically easy. I can't help it, okay? If I'm going to tell you honestly what the world looks like to human beings who have struggled as hard as they can to understand it, I can only tell you what it looks like, and I cannot make it any simpler. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to simplify it, eh? I'm not going to fake it. I'm not going to tell you it's something like a ball bearing on a spring. It isn't. So I'm going to tell you what it really is like, and if you don't like it, that's too bad, okay?